Okay, here the filter is set up in all its glory. One of the things they did which does work is use color coding, so I rely on that more than I do on part numbers and sticking tube E and slot D or whatever it is. The bag you put your dirty water in is gray. Here's the cap. You can hold it from here and fill it with water, dunk it into the source, attach the gray tube, and the water goes through this filter with the arrow pointing to flow, and then goes into the blue bag that has safe drinking water. They provide you with a blue tube that you can connect down here to sip water from, or this has a catch on it that you can release and it just flows out into a container of some kind. That would keep you from running water out of it. If you don't have a bite valve on this, it does not come with a bite valve. This is the tube you use for backflow. Put this into the normal exit of the unit and attach this to the water tap and force water through it if you have water flowing from your tap. I put a drip loop in this on purpose. If you dunk the bag in to fill it, my recommendation is that you use a drip loop so that if you have dirty water running down, it drips onto the floor instead of running into the joints around the filter, so that you're protected from getting possible contamination into your drinking water. A block from here is the Alawai Canal. It's famous for its pollution, and I have visions, if water drips onto the floor, of it eating through the floor down to the unit below, like that scene from Alien with Sigourney Weaver when they cut one of the aliens open and acid pours out and goes through 4 decks of their spaceship. So be careful not to get yourself sick because you've contaminated your own water. Now, FEMA recommends that you have a gallon of water per person for 3 days. A gallon of water per person isn't enough, and 3 days isn't enough. This is the 1st of December, and Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands have been out of water for months. They still have no power. In a tropical area like Hawaii, you're going to need more than a gallon of water. That gallon of water is for drinking, cooking, and cleaning. So a gallon of water per person in the tropics isn't going to be enough. Now, I realize many of you don't live on an island where you're going to be isolated from every source of help. You might be in Alaska. If you have an earthquake there, you'll need drinking water. But if you're in a small area, a farm area in the mainland United States, you need to consider what you're going to drink. If you're totally out of power, your town's been destroyed by a tornado, or you're stuck in a storm of some kind where you can't get access to drinkable water. You may not need to have a filter that can be backflushed and cleaned. A replaceable filter may work fine for you, but do give some consideration to how you're going to have drinking water if your area suffers some kind of devastation. And in your area, you'll know whether it's potential for a hurricane on the coasts, earthquakes in the Bay Area, or blizzards and tornadoes in the Midwest. Look out for yourself, and be particularly careful if you are around persons with special needs who can't take care of themselves. Be a friend.